Ugh. What's going on, everybody? Mike Weer here, obviously. And, this is going to be a little more informal, obviously, because I'm not standing up against my white wall background talking about one individual movie. And the reason for that is because this is a movie talk about my entire Blu-Ray collection. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm going to take a sip of tea. Pure Leaf Tea. They don't sponsor this video, but if they wanted to, they could. Alright guys, let's jump into it. There's not going to be much quick jumps in here, I don't think. So, also, I live near a train, and since I'm trying to do this in one shot while my kids are sleeping, there may be kid noises and there might be train noises. Let's hope there isn't either one of either, and let's just do this. So let's jump right off the bat. Oh my god, I've already dropped one. Let's talk about Justice League. This is the culmination of the DCEU in 2016? 17? Man, I don't even remember when this came out. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was before 2018, I think. Or was it 2018? No, I think it was 16. No, 16 was Batman vs. Superman. I'm way off. Okay, here's the deal, guys. We're going to talk about Justice League for like 2 seconds because this wasn't a very good movie. And the reason why it wasn't a very good movie, well, Zack Snyder actually he only directed a portion of this movie, whereas he directed all of Batman vs. Superman and all of Man of Steel, and both of those are excellent movies. But with Justice League, he only directed a portion. He had to go away for family things, and then Joss Whedon came in, who directed The Avengers, which is a great movie, but the two styles clash too much, and there's just too much interference. I love Ben Affleck as Batman, and that's a true statement. Okay, next up, guys, we have the movie London Has Fallen. Now, if you know anything about me, it's that I don't like my movies out of order. But for this Blu-ray collection reveal, I thought, you know what, it would be cool to talk about different types of movies, so they're all going to be out of order, which is kind of neat. But London Has Fallen is the second movie in the Fallen franchise. I actually did a review on Angel Has Fallen a couple months back. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out. London Has Fallen was good. There's a really cool moment in it where Gerard Butler is talking about the United States and about how you can come at us and you can throw anything you want at us, but we're in the United States because we're always going to win. And I loved that, especially since they shot it in London. It's just cool. Okay, what else we got here? We got X-Men: The Last Stand. Quite possibly the worst X-Men movie. I don't know, it's either this or Wolverine, right? I don't know. Coming off of X-Men 2, I think the reason it makes it so bad is because it came off of X-Men 2, and X2, X-Men United was so good, whereas the Wolverine was coming off of this, and people were like, yeah, we get it. You suck now. So, yeah. Next up we have 300, the original. Oh man, this movie's so cool. Like, when I just want to watch a badass swords and sandals movie, it's got to be 300, right? He said, this is Sparta, and kicks the guy off the ledge. It's just 300. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. 21 Jump Street. 21 Jump Street is a hilarious movie. Channing Tatum, he kind of changed his career with this movie, and so did Jonah Hill. I mean, honestly, Jonah Hill was all just kind of different, though, because Channing Tatum was like this moody guy who was going to be an action star, and then when he did this, it was like, oh man, this guy can act. His comedy's great, and Jonah Hill was like this drama only, and then when he did this, it was like, oh my god. Well, I guess he wasn't drama only. He was in Superbad. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. 21 Jump Street. Johnny Depp shows up. It's a pretty fun moment of the movie. Next up, we have Limitless. Limitless stars Bradley Cooper. I don't know if I've ever actually watched this edition on Blu-ray. I know I bought a ton of Blu-rays in the last year, and this might have been one of them. I like this movie a lot. I like that Robert De Niro's the bad guy. He doesn't always play a bad guy, or if he plays a bad guy, it's like the likable bad guy. But in this one, he's just a bad guy. Limitless is cool. It's like, you know, I think it's little tablets that I think go on his eyes, or do they go on... Does he swallow them? Man, it's been a while since I've seen it. The point is they enhance him. They open up his different functions of his brain, and he becomes limitless. Let's see what else we got here. We got Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. Now, something cool about this case, I'm going to get real close to the screen here. It's the Steelbook case. I actually have the originals all in Steelbook case, thanks to my wife's friend Miranda. And she had them because her ex gave them to him. And so she was like, here, my ex gave these to me, and now they're yours. I've told too much of that story, but Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I love this case. I do. I love it. Let's see what else we got here. We got Sleepy Hollow, starring Johnny Depp. Now, the first half of this movie is one of my favorite horror movies, I guess you could call it. I really love it. I love everything about it. It gets a little too Tim Burton in the last act. It gets a little too wild in the last act. I don't know what's going on with that cardinal the whole time. But the Sleepy Hollow, I watch it at least once a year, generally in October. Let's see what else we got here. We've got the Wolverine. The Wolverine is a well, it's Hugh Jackman, and he's the Wolverine. It's the second movie in just the Logan franchise, I guess you could call it. And I don't know. Logan's the best, obviously. Wolverine, or I should say, the Wolverine is it's great for several reasons, but my favorite reason for this one is you get to see those bone claws for the first time, and I really like that. I really like that a lot. Next up, we got Escape Plan. Escape Plan. Arnold and who else is in this? Oh, it's Stallone. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so Escape Plan is essentially Sylvester Stallone is like this master breakout guy, and he can break out of anything. So there's this new Supermax prison, and these people are like, hey, we'll give you a lot of money if you can break out of this prison. He's like, okay, cool, I'm in. But then it turns out that they're trying to imprison him, and one of the guys that's in prison is Arnold, and he's got to help him get out. And it's Escape Plan because guess what they have to do in this movie? They have to come up with an escape plan. Moving on, guys, I have the movie Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. This is the third in the franchise, and probably my second least favorite, if that makes sense. It's part 4 that's the worst. It's just long in the tooth. Like, the first one was so good, and the second one was a decent follow-up, and the third one, you're just like, all right, I'm here to finish the story. Now there's 5 of them, and a 6th coming soon. That may or may not be part of it. I don't know. Let me get a sip of my tea real quick. All right. Next up, guys, we have a double feature. First of a few, and this one is Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 2. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. These are my favorite of the Halloween movies. I mean, yes, they're extremely gory. They're very Rob Zombie in the fact that they are just balls to the wall murder, right? They really are. I love that about them. I really do. And I mean, if you're going to watch Halloween, why not watch the goriest of them all, is my opinion. So yeah, I go with Halloween and Halloween 2. And this one says theatrical edition on Halloween 2. I'm not sure why you would want to watch one that wasn't released in theaters. The director added more. I don't know. My own personal take on things that say theatrical or non-theatrical. Like, if I saw it in the theaters and I enjoyed it, then why would I want to watch the extended edition? I don't know. I don't feel like that about Lord of the Rings, but for everything else I do. So, yeah. Okay, the next one is cool. I love the case of this movie because it's the Terminator, but it's got Deadpool's face on it. Yeah, this is the Terminator. They were selling in the store, and it says, I wish I was in this movie, but I'm not. So that's the store's way of getting you to buy this cool case, but also you can't come back and be like, hey, I didn't know Deadpool wasn't in the Terminator. The Terminator. Talking just about that movie, we can actually take it out of its case, and there it is, the Terminator. Yeah, I mean, what's not to love about the Terminator? It's the original. They got worse after the original. I don't get me wrong, T2 Judgment Day is great, but does anybody even care about the other ones at all? I didn't even go see Dark Fate. I saw Genesis or Genesis, whatever that one was called. There was a Y, so it's not Genesis. Whatever it was, I was like, that's the last one I'm ever going to watch. I'm never going to watch another. So I skipped Dark Fate. I did. Next up we have Godzilla. Now this one is what I like to call a marketing sham. The reason why is because, see how Godzilla's on the front here? Yeah. And in the previews, all you saw was Godzilla and the guy that plays Walter White in Breaking Bad. And instead, that guy dies immediately, and you see like 2 minutes of Godzilla. And then all the Godzilla fans are like, who can't say there's ever been a bad Godzilla movie, came out of the woodwork like, hey, in the greatest Godzilla movies, he's only in it for 10 minutes. No, in the good Godzilla movies, he is the main person. I almost said person. He's a monster. So, yeah. Okay. Next up we have Traitor. Now this is actually one that I haven't watched yet. A friend at work recommended it, said it's his favorite movie of all time, told me I should check it out. I found it the other day on Blu-ray, and I picked it up, but I haven't actually popped it in to watch it yet. I think I did once, and then I was like, I'm not in the mood to watch a spy drama thriller, so I will get to it. Haven't yet. Let's see what we have next. We have Halloween. Now this is the Halloween that came out just a year ago. This is Jamie Lee Curtis returned, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good, because if you've seen the other Halloween movies, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be good. But this one was actually really fun, and there's now going to be 2 more. Halloween kills and Halloween is forever, something like that. Anyway, the way they ended this movie, I don't see how he could be back, but you could pretty much say that about any Halloween movie, and he always comes back because theater money. Next up we have Scream 4. Scream 4. Actually, just a second, I'm going to pull this aside too. We also have the Scream trilogy, but see, this is how they get you. This is how they get you. Alright, so this says Scream. It's a 5-film set. Well, there's only been 4 Scream movies, so I buy this Scream because, hey, it's Scream and I needed them on Blu-ray. So you have Scream, Scream 2, Scream 3, and then Still Screaming and Scream the Inside Story. And Still Screaming is about filming Scream 4, but they didn't include Scream 4, so I had to buy both so I would have all 4 movies. It's very important to me that I have the entire collection if I like one of the movies. To be clear, I really like 1, I really like 2, I don't know if I've ever finished 3, and I really like 4. 4 is my favorite, for the record. So, I feel like it was more updated, better plot, you know, whatever. Next up we have Mission Impossible 1. The original Mission Impossible, I mean, its theme song is iconic. Tom Cruise, you can't say his career would be the same without the Mission Impossible movies. It's a fun movie. It's one of the first spy action movies I ever saw, actually, so it's just, you know, Mission Impossible 1. Ethan Hunt running around. And my son's name is Ethan. Not after Ethan Hunt, but I'm going to tell him that. Let's see what we have next. We have 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri. You know, I just recently actually got to watch this. I bought it because, hey, so many people loved it. So many people said it was great. So I was like, all right, I'm going to check out 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. So I picked it up, and I watched it, and I loved the first half. And I really disliked the second half. And I might sell it. I'll probably sell it. Okay. What else do we have? We have Hancock. Now, this is one I haven't had the chance to watch on Blu-ray yet, but it was one of those movies where it's like, I loved it when it came out. I know I had it on DVD at one point because I know I watched it at some point, but I was like, I need it on, it's a superhero movie essentially. Any superhero movie just will look better on Blu-ray, so Hancock. There's a lot of jokes about that in that movie. Name. Okay, we have John Wick, Chapter 3. Now, as you can see, I haven't actually taken this one out of the case yet, so maybe we'll do that right now together. It'll be like a mystery. Let's see what we got here. John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. Oh, look at that, a digital download. That's exciting. I'll probably put that on Facebook later. In fact, I'm going to. So, John Wick Chapter 3. I'm going to put that on Facebook later. Okay. Alright, so, let's see. Put this back in its case. John Wick Chapter 3. It's my least favorite of the John Wicks. Yeah, it's a step down for sure. Now, I'm one of those people that likes 2 better than 1. 1 is great, don't get me wrong, but that's how great I think 2 is. The action in Part 3 is phenomenal, but just the overall story arc of the movie, I get where they're going with it, and Part 4 might be very entertaining. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to Part 4, but I don't know. It just felt like a step down, in my opinion. Next up we have Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. I believe this is Part 5. Yeah, I think Rogue Nation is Part 5. This is the one where Tom Cruise decided to hang on the side of a plane, and he was his own stuntman as it took off. It's pretty cool. Overall, you know, the Mission Impossible movies, they all start to run together, except for 2. That one sucks. The rest of them are awesome. I have nothing negative to say about the Mission Impossible movies, except for they keep getting better. Yeah, that's right. Outside of 2. 2 is the worst. But then it's like 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, they're that good. Okay. Next up we have Star Wars The Force Awakens. This was the return of Star Wars, man. This was the, let's get back to it. Now, here's what's cool about this case. It's actually a Blu-ray case, right? But it's in a black case, which is normally reserved for only 4K. That's kind of neat. Although I like my stuff to be uniform, where it's all blue. I don't know. It's just kind of cool that they went with a black case, even though it's not 4K. It's just Blu-ray and DVD digital. So, just something to think about. Next up we have Al Pacino's Scarface. Guys, Scarface is so good, but it's so dated, and they were talking about updating it again, and this time, because the original Scarface, he's, I believe, Sicilian? Italian? One of the two. And then Scarface, you know, this one was Cuban, and they're talking about doing it again, where it's a Mexican mobster, because that's kind of the cartel. It always follows the cartels, right? So they would do a Mexican version of it, and they haven't yet. I'd like to see that a lot. I'd like to see it updated, but I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. I mean, say hello to my little friend. I'm not even going to try to do it. I'm not even going to try to do my Al Pacino because it'll wake up my kids. So I'm just going to put this aside. Scarface is awesome. What do we have next? We have It's a Wonderful Life on Blu-ray. Do I need this movie on Blu-ray? No. But my wife had never seen this as of last Christmas. And so I was at the store, and they had it on DVD, and they had it on Blu-ray. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray. So It's a Wonderful Life. It's a fun, great Christmas time movie. It's a movie that'll probably be watched a handful of times between now and the end of my life. Because let's be honest, am I going to watch it every Christmas? Probably not. But I'm going to watch it a few more times? Yes, because it's a wonderful life. It makes you feel good inside, and I like that. Tea time. So, just gotta take a sip of this tea. Pure Leaf tea. They don't sponsor me, but they could. Let's go. What do we have next? Watchmen Director's Cut. Okay, so I'm a hypocrite because I bought the Watchmen Director's Cut because I wanted to see what Zack Snyder had. I love Zack Snyder, man, I'm telling you. Justice League is not his fault. The Watchmen is a flawless movie. Now, I know a lot of people that have seen The Watchmen and they're like, I don't get it. I don't like it. And that's fair, because the first time I saw Watchmen, I was the same way. Then I read the graphic novel, and I realized that Zack Snyder took the comics just straight from the page and put it on the screen. Like, it is so identical, and it's so good. There's a twist difference at the end. If you've seen or read the comics, you know what happens, and he kind of changed things a little, and I think for the better. I love this movie. I wish it had done better in theaters. I wish it had been accepted a little more by even myself and just the general public, because maybe we could have gotten a sequel of some sort. I know DC's doing one right now where it's like DC and The Watchmen, and it's so great in the comics. I'd like to see something like that one day, but to be honest, it probably won't happen. They did do a show, and I haven't watched that yet. I would like to watch it. Just haven't had the time. Okay, next up we have Star Trek Into Darkness. This is a cool case because it comes out and it's like the Star Trek logo, but you got their faces. Into Darkness is the second one. I actually don't own the third. The first one's in here somewhere. We'll find it. But I really like this movie. On rewatch, though, I had to admit, not as good as I remember. But I'm not a huge Trek fan, so I only have the new ones, and I've never seen the old ones. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't want to see the old ones. So that's kind of where I stand. Next up, we have Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This is just like the Star Trek franchise. The second one's floating around here somewhere, but I don't have the third one, and I haven't seen it yet. That's the difference, though, because I've seen Star Trek 3, but I haven't seen War for the Planet of the Apes, and I really want to. I remember when it came out, I just didn't have a chance to go see it in theaters, and I haven't been able to find it. I've got this thing where I don't like buying Blu-rays over $5. I say that, but every once in a while I'm like, okay, I'll take those brand new movies for $20 a piece because I need them in my life. But for the most part, I like to buy them on discount at different places like Disc Replay, Second and Charles, Walmart $5 bin. I try to cap it at $5. So anyway, yeah, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's a good movie though. It's definitely the best in the franchise. I haven't seen the third, so of the first two that I've seen, it's the better one. But I really like it. I like how the disease spreads. It's pretty cool. Next up, we have Friday the 13th, Killer Cut. I think this is the only Friday the 13th I have. I don't think I have any of the other ones. Although Jason in Space, Jason X, is my favorite of the franchise. The other ones are okay. They're like the old Halloween movies. Anything made in the 80s like that, they really tried to push the limit. But if you watch that stuff now, it's basically PG. I don't know. It's just they don't go hard enough. I loved this one, though, mostly because it had Jared Padalecki in it, who is Sam from Supernatural. I really liked Friday the 13th. Dean from Supernatural did My Bloody Valentine, and that's one I'd like to own. I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet, but yeah, Friday the 13th, Killer Cut. This one's just, it's a lot of fun. I really like it. I like it's stereotypical, you got the douchebag jock who gets killed. I love it though, whatever. Cool, that's me. Next up we have Avengers Endgame. This is one I had to buy immediately. I couldn't find this one for discount. I had to have it. It's Endgame. I've never been so excited for a movie in my life. Never. And I don't know if I ever will again. I get hyped for movies. Me, I'm a movie guy. I love movies. But when Endgame came out, man, I took a day off work. I made a weekend of it. I saw it twice in theaters. I don't think I had the chance to see it in IMAX. I don't remember if I saw it in IMAX or not. But I know I loved it, and I had to have it, and I've watched it so many times. And now with Disney Network, I've watched it even more. Endgame, Infinity War, they're one movie. They really are. Infinity War somewhere in here. We'll find it. Endgame is so great. What do we have next? We've got 47 Ronin. Now, 47 Ronin is not a good movie, admittedly. It's Keanu Reeves, and he's a samurai. And it's before the John Wick movies. So, there's the cover of that movie. 47 Ronin. I don't know. I liked it. It's not good, but I liked it. See what we got here? We have Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, they're talking about making a third one, and I'm all for it because I think this and Game of Shadows are near flawless. I love these movies. They're fun. They're funny. They're just a good time. The action in them is awesome. I love how he calculates all the moves, and that's been mirrored in different parodies now. But Sherlock did it first, and it's really cool. Next up, we have Kick-Ass Part 2. The weaker of the Kick-Ass movies for sure, but still, nonetheless, Kick-Ass 2 it's a lot of fun, and Jim Carrey steals the movie. I mean, as much as I love the rest of the characters in it, Nick Cage definitely stole the first movie, and Jim Carrey steals the second. If they ever make a third, I'm very curious who they would make their sort of mentor for Kick-Ass, because that's kind of what both people played. Jim Carrey in this movie is just, if you watch it for no one else, watch it for Jim Carrey. But Kick-Ass 2, it's Kick-Ass. I mean, that's just going to say that and move on. Act like I didn't say it. Next up, we have Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And we went through the first Godzilla movie earlier, and now we're in King of the Monsters. King of the Monsters is the superior. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted, right? I mean, the first movie came out, and critics were like, "Oh, it was so wonderful because you only saw Godzilla on screen for 10 minutes." And granted, when you did see Godzilla on screen, it was awesome, but the rest of the movie was just boring. But this movie, they listened to the people, not the critics, and they gave you King Ghidorah, you got Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, and so many other monsters were in it. It's pretty much monsters from beginning to end, and in the end they hit you with that third head that got cut off in the ocean by Godzilla, of Ghidorah being sold to the bad guy, and you know he's going to come up with King Ghidorah now, right? Or Mecha Ghidorah. That's just cool. That's just cool. I hope they keep capitalizing on that. I hear Khan versus Zilla is next. I hope that happens. Okay, what do we have next, though? We'll get off that, because I love that movie. All right, next we have, this will be a faster one because we just kind of talked about it, Avengers Infinity War. I mean, I wasn't as hyped for this movie as I was hyped for Endgame, but it's because of this movie. Like, well, going into this movie, I was like, yeah, I took a day off work. It's true, I did. But going into this movie, I was like, okay, I'm excited for Infinity War. They're going to finally get all the stones. We're going to find out where that fifth stone is, or sixth stone is, right? We had no idea. It was on Vormir. That's awesome. But, like, you know, going into this movie, I was like, okay, let's check it out. But I was blown away. The ending of this movie was just jaw-dropping, emotional, made you so sad. Not that Endgame didn't end the same way, but just, you know, the to-be-continued feel they gave you, and the Thanos will return. This was handled perfectly by Marvel. This was payoff between this and Endgame was a perfect payoff to all the time we had spent watching the Marvel movies over the past 10 years. Next up, guys, we have Khan of Skull Island. Now, this is really cool because the monster universe, the universe not Universal, Warner Brothers? It's Warner Brothers, right? It's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers decided to follow the Marvel and Conjuring universes and try to put their own monster universe together. Which, I mean, technically they kind of did back in the day, but whatever, cool, they're doing it now. And you've got your Godzilla movies that we already talked about, and then in between those we had Khan of Skull Island, and this movie is awesome and totally worth watching on Blu-ray because it's colorful, there's awesome monsters in it. You got Khan, he actually takes on somebody. It was a step up from Godzilla, and if they're going to use this Khan versus Godzilla and Godzilla versus Khan, I'm there for it. Let's see what we have next, guys. We have The Blair Witch. Now, this is not The Blair Witch Project, this is The Blair Witch. Now, The Blair Witch is a movie that came out. It's actually the third movie in the franchise, but we don't talk about part 2, so we're going to call it the second movie in the franchise. You got The Blair Witch Project, and then they came out with Blair Witch. This was a surprise too. It was really cool they did for fans. At some con, they were like, oh yeah, in this movie we've been filming called The Woods, it's actually, and they pulled back a curtain and they're like, the new Blair Witch movie, and everybody freaked out. I like it a lot. I've only actually watched it once, and I picked it up on Blu-ray. I think at Family Video they were having a super sale, and I picked it up, and I'm really glad I did, but I don't think I've rewatched it. I really like this movie. I like this movie. I like the original movie. It's found footage. If you're not a big fan of found footage movies, if you ask too many questions like, well, then how'd they get the footage? Then the movies aren't for you. But Blair Witch, I enjoyed it. Let's see what we have next. We have Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. I think Anchorman 1 is somewhere in here. Not sure. I might have that one on DVD. I don't know. But Blu-ray, we have Anchorman 2. It keeps rolling. I mean, Anchorman 1 had more one-liners to use later on, right? But this movie, it's just so great. It says the supersized R-rated version with 673 new jokes. So, maybe I haven't watched this. I know I've seen it. Maybe I haven't watched this edition. I remember 763 new jokes. It says it right there. Anyway, Anchorman 2. The Legend Continues. Let's see what we have next, guys. We have Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm not a fan of the original Spider-Man trilogy anymore, which is funny because I think a lot of people feel that way. Originally, you know, I was a kid when the Spider-Man movies came out, and they were just mind-blowing, right? Even Part 3, as bad as it is, when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, Spider-Man 3, you got Venom in it. But you watch these now, you got Michael Keaton in this movie? Oh my god. This is false advertisement, though, because there's never a scene in this movie where Spider-Man and Iron Man are doing this. Not once. They're not. They sell it like they're going into battle. And they even put that in the trailer. Never happens. Iron Man's pretty much a dick in this movie. But he has to be. Also, I really like this cover. Because when you just... there's some detail that goes into some things, and I like to show appreciation as a fan of physical copied media. When you flip it over, you're like, oh, there's Spider-Man sitting down reading his phone, but I can't read this. You actually have to flip it upside down to read it, and then you realize he's sitting upside down because he's Spider-Man. So it's just something I think is pretty cool. Next up, we have Mission Impossible Fallout. Now, this is my favorite of the Mission Impossible movies. I'm a huge fan of this movie, and hey, look, there's a free digital movie in here. Well, that's another one I'm going to put on Facebook. Yeah. Well, that's 2 more. How do you like that? Alright. Yeah. I like to do that. I like to put them on Facebook for people because I don't like to make it a contest. That's been suggested in the past, like, hey, have people like and share your video. Honestly, if you like my video, you're going to hit the like button. And if you want to share my video, you're just going to share it. You know, if it impacts you like that. But, you know, for me, it's if I get the ability to share, like, I'll loan anybody a physical copy, but you know how it goes. We never see each other. It's very rare. So for, you know, my friends on Facebook, I'm like, I really want you to enjoy this movie, so, you know, check out this digital code. So that's cool. I have 2 now. It's pretty cool. But anyway, with Fallout, guys, this movie is just, like I said, the franchise just continues to get better, and Fallout did just that. And there's the scene with the chain. I don't even want to get into it because I don't want to spoil it. If you haven't seen Fallout, man, check it out. Let's see what else we have. Next, we have Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Yes, I said Terminator 1 was my favorite earlier, and it's true. I like T2, I really do. But, I don't know, I like Arnold as the bad guy. It's just personal preference, I guess. Moving on, we have Live, Die, Repeat, or as it's actually called, The Edge of Tomorrow. This has Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise. They've been talking about a sequel for this for so long. It's like Groundhog's Day if Groundhog's Day was about killing aliens. Seriously, that's what this is. So much fun. If you haven't seen Edge of Tomorrow / Live, Die, Repeat, check it out. It's so good. Next up we have Star Wars The Last Jedi. My least favorite of all the Star Wars movies, but I have all the Star Wars movies, so I had to get it. You know, it's The Last Jedi. They went with an agenda more than they did a Star Wars movie. And that's too bad, because they didn't do that in Force Awakens, and they didn't do that in Rise of Skywalker, so, oh well, they can't all be great, right? Moving on, we have Deadpool. I don't have the second one yet, and it's hilarious. Well, not really hilarious, it just shows my problem. I went into Walmart to get Deadpool Part 2 the other day, and I ended up not finding it, so I bought like 6 other movies. Well, we probably talked about a few of them already. But Deadpool, I mean, this changed R-rated movies for comics. It really did. They realized you could make an R-rated, hard R-rated movie. This greenlit Logan. Let's be honest. Deadpool greenlit Logan. Logan would have been a completely different movie had Deadpool not proven that we will pay a lot of money to go see an R-rated comic book movie. Which is true. Next up we have, well, one that I think also benefited from Deadpool, and that is Joker. Man, this movie it says in the back it's a masterpiece. I'm going to go ahead and agree. This movie is a masterpiece. I don't have words otherwise. Joaquin won an Oscar for this, and it's so important that he did because he did such a great job. And I want to push more movies like this because this movie made you question society, but at the same time, just enjoy a good movie. And that's just fun to do. I don't know. That's my opinion. Okay, next up, guys, don't judge me too hard. It's the Fast and Furious 8-movie collection. It's a lot easier because I'm glad I don't have to talk about all 8 movies. I'm just going to say Part 5 is the best, Part 8 is the worst, or Part 3 is the worst. I don't know. Tokyo Drifter, 8 of the Furious, one of those. That's probably the worst because of the name. At least Tokyo Drift, they tried. But, yeah, I love the Fast and Furious movies. At the end of the day, though, I'm a huge fan. I'm one of those guys that's like, 9's coming out? Okay, we're watching 1 through 8 in the next 2 weeks, and then we're going to see 9 because we got to catch up. It's just how it has to be. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the catch up with, I think Screen Junkies puts it out. It's, what is it? This is just a big catch up on a franchise. So whenever a movie comes out, they've got one on Fast and Furious, and it's pretty fun. So, whatever, I recommend it. Next up, guys, Spectre, 007. This is the weakest of all of the Bond movies. Well, Daniel Craig Bond movies. I'll be honest with you. It's just, I love Part 1 and I love Part 3. Part 2, there's a lot of action. There's definitely a step down from those movies. This, they were trying to tie up some loose ends. They weren't sure if Daniel Craig was coming back. Spoiler, he is. The movie just got postponed because of this stupid virus, but you know, I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, when I watch this movie, I'm like, it's a good thing Batista's in this, and it's a good thing he's got a few good moments, because this one's rough. That one's rough. Maybe when Part 5 comes out, it'll tie 4 together a little more, and it's got Christoph Waltz, so I assume it will. But yeah, Spectre was just, I think my brother put it best. It was like how to go into countries and cause as much chaos as possible, something along those lines. He probably worded it better, but Isaac, if you see this video and you want to put your official comments and thoughts about Spectre, feel free, down below. Next up, guys, we have Shazam. Man, this movie was so much fun. This was the first lighthearted DC EU movie, and it's probably one of the best. I love Man of Steel. I like Wonder Woman. I thought Aquaman was one of the worst movies ever made, but Shazam really surprised me. Shazam made me believe in the DCEU again, especially after Justice League. Shazam did it, and yeah, I can only recommend, check out Shazam. It's just so much fun. Next up, guys, well, it's another comic book movie, which I tried to avoid because I keep all my comic book movies on one side of the room, but I keep everything else on the other side of the room, and I mixed them all together so that wouldn't have this happen, but here we are, Iron Man. This is the OG, guys. This is the one that started it off. You had Robert Downey Jr. I mean, had it not been for his performance in this movie, it would not have worked as well. And had it not worked as well, we wouldn't have talked about Endgame and Infinity War a little while ago. Iron Man set the bar for comic book movies when we didn't know the bar needed to be set. Like, it really showed people, okay, going forward, if you're gonna make a movie and it's got a superhero in it, watch this first and understand what we expect, because Iron Man did that. Let's see what else we got. We got, a wild and bloody ride. That's the comment on this movie, and that's because it is John Wick. I mean, don't kill the guy's dog. What can I say? This movie is so good. It's so much fun. The action is so cool. And all the movies, all the actions are, all the John Wick, all the action, there we go, I got it out. All the action in the John Wick movies is great, but man, what a great way to start a franchise. They killed his dog. I mean, he had to go after him. It's fair. Next up, guys, we have Thor Ragnarok. This is the best of the Thor movies, and it's one of the best of the Marvel movies. They took the concept of Thor, you know, all the Norse mythology, and they were like, okay, all that is serious, we get it, but what if we made it fun? And it really is fun. That's the best way I can put Thor Ragnarok. Is just, it's a fun ride of the movie, beginning to end. I mean, that Hulk, Planet Hulk essentially scene where he's fighting him in the Coliseum is just awesome. Next up, guys, we have the worst in the series, Mission Impossible 2. Yeah, Mission Impossible 2 is the worst in the series. I blame the villain, but I also thank this movie because it's a well-known fact now, But you may not know, the villain in this movie was actually going to be Wolverine. But because he had to come back and do reshoots, we got Hugh Jackman. So while this is the worst in the movie, I also thank this movie for saving us from that bullet, because Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Until Marvel decides they're going to do it better, which in Marvel we trust. We'll see. Next up, guys, this is my wife's favorite movie of all time. Well, I'm pretty sure it's her favorite movie of all time, and that is The Shining. Now, I think it's a very good movie. I like it a lot. There's a lot of questions that get raised in this movie and never answered, and they're just like, don't worry about it for 30 years. Now, granted, they did come back with Dr. Sleep last year, and every one of those questions in this movie was filled, and I was like, okay, makes sense now. But yeah, it's a really good movie, and obviously this is the Here's Johnny. My wife actually has this picture perfectly tattooed onto her leg, and it's awesome. Let's see what we have here. Next up, guys, we have Doctor Strange. This is, man, I keep saying one of the better Marvel movies, but honestly, they're all great. Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, he brings it, and it's interesting. We just talked about Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. He was originally supposed to be Doctor Strange, not Benedict Cumberbatch, but he didn't want to sign a multi-movie deal, so he ended up down the line doing Joker, and we got Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. And honestly, I couldn't see these two switching roles there, and I couldn't see anybody else being Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch just became Doctor Strange, and I'm really glad we got him in this movie. Next up, guys, we have Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Well, you know, we talked about the Pirates movies a little earlier, but this is the best of the movies. And it's interesting, too, because, yeah, you have franchises where the first one's the best, and then somewhere in there, something's close to it. I don't see that. The Curse of the Black Pearl is still the best Pirates movie. You know, it's got that magic to it that I feel like it kind of fell off when they really got into too much storyline detail going forward. But this movie was just, I don't know, it just had that magic. So I'm going to put this movie. Pirates of the Caribbean. It's got the magic. Next up, guys, Venom. Tom Hardy plays Venom. And when I heard Tom Hardy was being Venom, I was like, are we sure about this? And then I saw it, and I loved it. This movie is so cool. And they're talking about they're filming Venom 2, or it's being written. And no, it's written because they got their director. I don't know. This virus threw everything off, so I have no idea. My movie news is all over the place at this point. But it's going to have Carnage in it, and it's just, I hope it's called Venom Maximum Carnage. I hope they go R, because if I do have one complaint about this movie, is that they didn't just embrace that hard R rating and go with the gore and the blood like they should have. So hopefully they do in part 2 and make up for that. I promise you, it's going to work, Sony. It's going to work. Next up, guys, we have Wonder Woman. DCEU, you know, there's a few movies in the DCEU that work, and there's a few that don't work. This is one of them that I think works, and I'm really looking forward to Wonder Woman 84. I just, the other day, they put off Wonder Woman 84 by 2 months because of this virus, and if this virus really did anything to me so far, it really ruined my movie-going experience for the summer, and I'm not happy. But man, this Wonder Woman was great. I don't know, Gal Gadot. Well, she's awesome. Let's see, what's next? Okay, get away from the superhero movies for a second, guys. Gone Girl. If you haven't seen Gone Girl, treat yourself. This movie is so good. This movie is so good. I loved Gone Girl. It's Ben Affleck. It might be his best role. Tyler Perry's in this, and it might be his best role. Like, it's just, I have so many good things to say about Gone Girl. Beginning to end, it's very much a whodunit to start, and then it becomes a cat and mouse game throughout, and just the ending is perfect. Like, I don't have anything else to say about it, and it's actually, this edition I have is pretty cool. It's got the Amazing Amy Tattletale book that came with it. You know, if you've seen the movie, there's all the Amazing Amy stuff, and it's just kind of cool. I like when they give us a little more than just the Blu-ray of the movie. It's just kind of neat. Next up, guys, well, we talked about it a little bit, and it's Dr. Sleep. Now, I loved Dr. Sleep. My wife, I was talking to her the other day, and she's like, I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan. But I told her the reason I love it so much is because it does fill in all the gaps from The Shining. If you've seen The Shining, I feel like there's a lot of questions, but if you see Dr. Sleep, it answers those questions, and I think it answers them perfectly. Yeah, the downfall is they didn't superimpose Jack Nicholson's face when they needed to show Jack Torrance, which makes no sense. They should have done that. I agree with my wife on that. They just should have done that. We have the technology. What are we doing? Next up, guys, we have X-Men Apocalypse. This was a step down from Days of Future's Past, but I like it. This is a good movie. It's definitely better than X3 and it's better than the Wolverine. You know, if you're watching them all in an order, this movie doesn't feel like it misses a step, whereas Dark Phoenix, trash. But this movie, I liked. You know, Oscar Isaac plays Apocalypse and does a really good job. Next up, guys, we have the movie Chronicle. If you haven't seen Chronicle, it's a found footage movie about these teenage boys who who accidentally just stumble on these alien-like spaceship and they get some powers from it, I believe. It's been a while since I've seen it, but Chronicle is a ton of fun, and it's got more to it than just a superhero movie, right? Because they're friends, they're best friends, and one of them he gets completely corrupted by his power. I really like it. It's worth watching. Chronicle. Boy, here we go. Next up, guys, we have Olympus Has Fallen. One of the first movies we talked about in this video was London Has Fallen, and now we found the original Olympus Has Fallen. Now, this came out right about the time White House Down came out, and fun fact, I haven't seen White House Down with Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx. I'd like to. It's not a lack of wanting to. But this movie was so good, I never felt the need to watch it, you know? It's just one of those things where it's like, all right, well, this was awesome, so how could they have done it better? I don't know. And they came out like right around the same time. There's like a month difference. It's really weird. It's like Olympus Has Fallen was about the White House being attacked, and then White House Down, which was about the White House being attacked. So I never checked out White House Down. Let's see what else we got. We got Straight Outta Compton. Now some movies tell stories. This movie just does it brilliantly. You know what I mean? This movie took a real life situation with the NWA story and just made an excellent movie. If you haven't seen Straight Outta Compton, it is worth it. It is a good time. It's fun. It's funny. It's got I don't know. It's got that storytelling vibe about it that works. You know, it's not one of those movies where it's like, okay, this true life story is going to take up 2.5 hours of your time and you're going to hate yourself at the end. No, this one's worth it. Straight Outta Compton, totally worth it. It's a good time. Next up, guys, this is actually my favorite of the Marvel movies, and I know it's kind of blasphemous because Endgame and Infinity War were so good, but like if you just go one movie, one snapshot of the MCU, it's Civil War. I love it. I love brother fighting brother. I love that it's pretty much just a good guys fighting each other over different ideas. You don't really get that in movies. You get bad guy, good guy. You see the good guy's point, you beat the bad guy. Sometimes you see the bad guy's point, you understand, but at the end of the day, you're still rooting for the good guy because, you know. But in this movie, it's just brother versus brother. It's good guy versus good guy. And yes, there's a guy behind the scenes kind of pulling the strings, but at the end of the day, they did decide to fight each other, and it's just awesome. Next up, guys, we have Man on a Ledge. If you haven't seen Man on a Ledge, I definitely recommend it. It's Sam Worthington, Elizabeth Banks, Anthony Mackie's actually in it from the Marvel movies. He's Falcon in the Marvel movies. Man on a Ledge is about a man who went to jail for a crime he didn't commit, and he's going to prove that he didn't do it by standing on the edge of a building, threatening to throw himself off. Check it out. It's worth it. If you're like, how would he do that? That's why you got to check it out. Next up, guys, Gone in 60 Seconds. Now, Nicolas Cage is the greatest actor of all time. There, I said it. It's true. But Nicolas Cage is awesome, and I love Gone in 60 Seconds, and I love that car. What's that? Mustang? GT? He names it Eleanor? I don't know. If it's not a GT, someone in the comments is going to be like, it's not a GT. Anyway, it's awesome. I love this movie. But I don't like Angelina Jolie's hair. I'm not a fan of the cornrows on Angelina Jolie. Just for the record. Just feel like I always have to say that when I talk about that movie. I'm like, I love it. I love the cars. Not a fan of Angelina Jolie's hair. Next up, guys, this might possibly be the best comic book movie of all time, and that is The Dark Knight. It's got a little white sticker here that I was never able to peel off, apparently. But The Dark Knight is, well, it just realigned movies in general. I really think that. I mean, this took the comic book genre, and it said, okay, well, what if it was a heist movie, and also an action movie, and also every other style of movie in one, and that is The Dark Knight. The opening scene where Joker is robbing the bank with those henchmen, it redesigned how you see film. I feel like that. It did. It really did. I mean, it really changed your perception of bad guy, good guy in a movie. Next up, guys, we have, this is a newer one, and it is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If you haven't had a chance, check this out. I love that it gave you a dual cover on this. See, it's got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? And it's got the other cover on here, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If you haven't had a chance to check this out yet, because it is a newer movie, man, I definitely recommend it. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is one of those movies I don't think we get enough of. It's storytelling done very well, but it's also Quentin Tarantino, and, you know, at some point there's going to be a mass amount of blood, and that's why we watch Quentin Tarantino movies. He doesn't disappoint. Check out Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Man. Next up, guys, we have Kingsman, The Secret Service. This is the original Kingsman. The second one, The Golden Circle, was awful. But this was so good. Now, the Kingsman is supposed to come out at some point this year. I hope it still does. I'm really looking forward to it because it was a good time. But the Kingsman Secret Service movie, I mean, beginning to end, it's just awesome. And that church scene where what's his name? Colin Firth, there it is, goes just crazy. Totally worth it. Next up, guys, we have Overlord. Overlord is a horror movie, action movie. I believe is it Sam Raimi? No. I don't remember who directed this. Tell me J.J. Abrams. There it is on the back of the case. I had to find it. J.J. Abrams directed this. I didn't love it. It's one of those where I heard good things. I think I was in Family Video, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick up Overlord because I've wanted to see it for a while, and I missed it in theaters. It's a good time. It's a zombie movie. It's pretty much what you're going to get. Next up, guys, a little lighter note. We have The Campaign. This movie's so fun. I think Will Ferrell punches a baby at one point. It's so good. I definitely recommend it. Guys, this is one of my top 5 movies of all time. Maybe I'll do a video about my top 5 movies one day. But my top 5 movies of all time, this one's in there, and that is The Departed. Mark Wahlberg, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, and who else is in this? Leo DiCaprio. Just so good. Just so good. And if you've seen the end of this movie, you know it's just not expected. I love The Departed. It's so good. Next up, guys, we have Casino Royale. This is another Daniel Craig movie. This is one of those I was telling you guys about. Like it's either the best or it's the second best right after Skyfall. One of those it's just so good. It changed Bond for me too. I mean, it used to be just all one-liners towards women and cars that explode, and you really, you have a little bit of both of those in here, but it's more plot driven, it's more story driven, and it's just badass. Plus, what's her name? It's got Eva Green in it, and she's awesome. That's all I'll say on that note. Alright, next up, guys, we have X-Men, Days of Future Past. This might be the best X-Men movie. I mean, it could be X2, X-Men United. This might be it. X-Men, Days of Future Past, man, it's just the Sentinels are cool in it, both the modern and the old. Like, getting to see the old Sentinel was really cool. They really embraced a lot of this movie. This movie was a payoff for watching the original trilogy and watching X-Men First Class. It really was a payoff, and I have nothing negative to say about Days of Future Past. More of that would have been nice overall in the big Fox universe. Why they couldn't have given us more quality like that, I don't know. And now it's in Marvel's hands, so in Marvel we trust. Moving on, guys, we have, I bought this because of my kids, but I also bought it because I'm a big fan of this movie, and it is Scooby-Doo 1 and 2. So you have Scooby-Doo and you have Scooby-Doo Monsters Unleashed. My kids love Scooby-Doo right now. I actually just picked this up the other day. It's fun, you know, it's like that early 2000s magic. I don't need to use the word magic too much. I feel like I've used it too much in one video, but the early 2000s, you know, it's just that things were different, you know. They filmed things a little differently, I guess. It's teen pop, I guess, is how I can put it. It's just fun. I don't know. Reminds me of my childhood a little bit. All right. Next up, guys, we have Horrible Bosses, the totally inappropriate edition. I'll be honest with you, the movie was totally inappropriate to begin with, and that's what I loved about it. Colin Farrell actually takes the cake in this for me. The rest of them are great, right? All the way across the board. Kevin Spacey's great. Jennifer Aniston's great. Charlie Day is great. Who else is in this? Jason Sudeikis and Jason Bateman. But at the end of the day, it's got to be Colin Farrell's character. I mean, if you've seen Colin Farrell in anything, he looks completely different. He acts completely different. this is Colin Farrell's best movie, best performance, I should say, because it's not necessarily his movie. It's his best performance for sure. Next up, guys, there's a sequel to a movie we talked about earlier, and that is Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. I love how they ended this movie. I love that they put a question mark on the end, and I love that they're talking about making another Sherlock Holmes movie. I really want one. Next up, guys, The Dark Knight Rises. This is the third movie in the franchise. We've now talked about 2 of them. This was a step down from The Dark Knight for sure, but following The Dark Knight had to be one of the most difficult things Christopher Nolan ever had to do, especially without Heath Ledger. Since Heath Ledger passed, he said, oh, we were never actually going to use him anyway, so it's going to be fine. But let's be honest, you were going to use him. Warner Brothers would not have been okay with you not using him again. They would not have done it. They would have been like, oh, that's cool, just make sure the Joker is in this movie and he's the prominent villain. Whatever else you want to do is fine, but yeah, that's how it's going to be. So don't lie. Don't lie. Just tell us the truth. But anyway, Dark Knight Rises, I like it. Actually, every time I watch it, I like it a little more. So one day, maybe it'll be as good as The Dark Knight. The problem is with that movie is every time I watch it, I like it a little more. So they just kind of rise together. Dark Knight Rises. See what I did there? Okay. Moving on, guys, we have... This movie is awesome. This movie is hilarious. This is probably the movie I have fallen asleep listening to more than any other movie, and that is... The Watch. Ah, man, this movie, it says gut-busting stuff on the back. It really is. For my money, like, I could watch this every single night. I could put this movie in, and I would be a happy man. This movie is just funny, beginning to end, and there's a Russian nesting doll scene with Vince Vaughn. If you haven't seen, check out this movie. The Watch. Totally worth it. Fun story on that, actually. So The Watch was originally called The Neighborhood Watch, but then everything happened with Trayvon Martin, with the Neighborhood Watch guy. And so they were like, you know what, we're not going to be able to put that out, sorry. And so they were like, what if we just call it The Watch? But throughout the movie, we'll just, we're not going to change anything, so it's still going to be the Neighborhood Watch. And they did. They called it The Watch. Okay, moving on. Next up, guys, Predator 3D. I was at a friend's house one night, and we were all talking about Predator. And I was like, have you guys ever seen Predator? And they're like, no, we've never seen it. And I was like, cool, I'll be right back. And me and my friend Andy went to Walmart, and we looked for a good hour to 2 hours, and we finally found Predator. And it's like the Super Edition. It's Blu-ray, DVD, plus 3D. Like, you could watch the 3D version of it too. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll buy this. And it was like $25, and I was like, whatever, I'm buying it because it's going to be a good time. And then we went, and we got back, and they were like, oh, we haven't seen it, but we have a copy of it. And I was like, oh, well, now I do too. It's my fun story. All right, moving on, guys. We have X2. X-Men United. And again, this is where I'm like, ooh, which is the better movie? Is it X2 or is it Days of Future Past? I think it's X2. I love the Wolverine stuff in this movie. He just goes kind of crazy in this movie, and it's fun to watch. I also like that girl with the long claw fingers. Like, that's just cool. I mean, it's a ripoff of Wolverine, but I see what they did there. Moving on, it's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Now, this is the second movie in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. It's a step down. Like I said, we talked about the Black Pearl already. That's the best. So it's a step down, but it is my second favorite. I feel like they've increasingly got worse. So this is, second, and it's also the second movie. Next up, guys, we have Kick-Ass, the original. Like I said before, Nicolas Cage steals the whole movie. But Kick-Ass overall is just a fun action movie. It's got a lot of humor in it. It's got a lot of action in it, and that rocket launcher at the end, oh my god, this movie kicks ass. Next up, guys, well, we finally got through the entire trilogy. It's Batman Begins. This kicked off Batman in a way we'd never seen Batman before. Say what you will about Michael Keaton being great, say what you will about George Clooney and Val Kilmer not being great, Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan coming up with Batman Begins and putting this out the way they did, it just changed things. We knew Batman was going to be great. We didn't know it was going to be as great as The Dark Knight, but we knew we were going to get a great movie, and that's what we got out of here. We got Batman Begins. Now, I'm not one of those weird people that are like, oh, well, Batman Begins is actually the better movie of the trilogy. It's not. It's still The Dark Knight, but it's definitely the second best. Alright guys, next up, this movie took me by surprise. I thought I'd hate it, I thought it'd be awful, and then one day they played the trailer with the Take On Me song by A-ha, and it's Ready Player One. And man, if you haven't seen Ready Player One, check this movie out. It's a futuristic movie, I guess. People are living in shacks essentially, and they're playing, and all they can do for fun is to jump into this world, this digital world, and they can be whatever they want to be there, and the movie itself it's a fun like mission quest movie. It's like you're watching a video game, but it's a ton of fun. I really recommend Ready Player One. All right, next up, guys, second movie in the franchise we already talked about, and that's Horrible Bosses Part 2. Now, obviously, Colin Farrell couldn't come back, but the other villains do, and I really like this movie. And it's got that kidnapping part where he misspells kidnapping, and he's like, oh, that's kidnapping. With one more P, it would be kidnapping. So, okay, moving on, guys, we have A Quiet Place. Now, Quiet Place is actually one of the better movies that came out in 2018. The thing about A Quiet Place is that you gotta be really quiet. Otherwise, the monsters will find you. And much like the guy from Taken, they will kill you. So that's A Quiet Place. Next up, guys, we have Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 was a step down for Marvel, but they really found their footing afterwards. I really like this movie still. It's not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's better than Thor, you know? So there's that. Alright. Next up, guys, Spider-Man Far From Home. And actually, hey, look, another movie I haven't opened, so let's open up that one. So I'm going to open this. I think there's a digital copy in here that I can put on Facebook, probably, right? Ah, look at that. A digital movie is waiting for you. So that's 3 now. Wow. That's so cool. People on Facebook are going to be psyched. Spider-Man Far From Home, guys. Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio is awesome. This movie as a whole was great. Coming off of Endgame, it was like, okay, is the MCU done? And then when they made this, it was like, they still got some stories to tell. Or some webs to spin, if I may. Okay, moving on. We have Star Trek. So this is when they decided to update and reboot Star Trek, which they definitely needed to do. This movie's so good. It's so good. I love watching this with surround sound on. If you have surround sound, check out this movie with surround sound. Totally worth it. It's just really good. It's full volume too. If you have kids, don't worry about it. They'll be fine. Watch it. All right, next up, guys, I have Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. This was not a good movie. It's Michael Bay doing Michael Bay things with the Turtles. But I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, and it's got Crane in it. It's good. You know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Next up, guys, I have the original Star Wars trilogy, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. There's not much more I can say about Star Wars that 9 million other people, I said 9 million, but it's probably more than that, have already talked about these movies on YouTube. So, you know, I like having a trilogy pack of them. I like having that kind of together. It just takes up one. It's got Yoda on the outside, so worth it. Next up, guys, we have Inception. If I have a top 10, this one's definitely in there. I love how this movie makes you think. I love that top at the end. He spins that top, walks away to see his kids, and it just spins, wobbles a little, spins, cuts to black. I don't know if that was a part of the movie they're always going to have in, or if that was a last minute. It would be really interesting to know if that was like a last minute, actually, what if he spins the top and walks away? That'd be pretty cool. Knowing Christopher Nolan, he probably worked from the back to the front of the movie anyway, so it's probably like, okay, so he's going to spin a top. How can we make this work? That's probably what Christopher Nolan did, because he's a mastermind. Anyway, Inception, really looking forward to it. Moving on, guys, we have Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Now, this is part 5. You know, I actually like this movie. I'm going to go ahead and say I like this movie. Plus, the monkey's back. So, I don't know if the monkey's ever not there. I know there's one I don't like, and that's the 4th. The rest I can tolerate. Next up, guys, we have Mortal Kombat Legacy. So, if you haven't seen Mortal Kombat Legacy, it started as a YouTube series. It's actually 9 episodes that came out on YouTube, and then they put it on Blu-ray format for you. Totally cool, totally fun. A lot of fun, actually. If you haven't seen Mortal Kombat Legacy, check it out. And if you like Mortal Kombat, you've probably seen it, because you're probably like, people who like Mortal Kombat are like, I need every game and every movie, even if they suck. And this one's not one that sucks. The one that came out after this was. And I heard they're working on like a full-on Mortal Kombat movie, but that's where we're at. Alright, guys, moving on, we have Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I'm going to be honest with you guys. All right, I can't say this too loud, because it gets me a lot of people get upset with this, but Rogue One, it's my favorite Star Wars movie. Like I said it, I love this movie. I don't know, something about the heroes sacrificing themselves, or the heroes not riding off into the sunset, getting medals, something about that just, I love, you know? I don't necessarily need the bad guy to win, but I like when the hero doesn't necessarily walk away with the girl, you know? It's just, I like that. Plus that Vader scene is the best Vader scene of all time. Okay, moving on. Van Helsing. We'll step down from the last movie we talked about, but Van Helsing is, well, it's the monsters. It's the classic monsters put into a universe altogether instead of doing what they would do now, where it would be Van Helsing against one. He pretty much takes on everybody, and it's actually a lot of fun. But I can't tell you, I think I've seen it one time all the way through. It gets a little long in the tooth about halfway through. Talking about monks, and I don't know. But it's fun. I like it. I'm sure me and my son will watch it a million times together at some point. Guys, moving on to Jason Bourne. Now, this is the only Bourne movie I have on Blu-ray, which is too bad because I just finally watched this last week for the first time. And it's okay. Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum, 3 fantastic films. Bourne Legacy, yeah. But Jason Bourne, I expected a little more out of it. It becomes a revenge tale about going after the guy that killed his dad, and I don't know, I just expected more out of Bourne is Back. Maybe that's why there wasn't a second Bourne since then, or 6th. You get the idea. Next up, guys, we talked about the first one already. This is the, that we already talked about the Superior film, and now we're talking about Dawn for the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, not Dawn for the Planet of the Apes. That's kind of weird. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. You know, it's a sequel. It's okay. Gary Oldman was in it. At the end of the day, I'm a fan to an extent. I do want to see War. When I buy War, when I finally find War for the Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray, I'll buy it, and then I'll just watch all 3 in a row and get it done with. Maybe it'll be better as like a middle movie, but I did see it once in theaters with my sister Jen, and you know, it was okay. Okay, moving on, guys. We have Star Wars: A New Hope, and again, this is that steelbook I was telling you guys about. I love it. I love the feel of it. I love the art on here. If I could do everything in steelbook, I would. They're very expensive, and again, it was a gift from somebody who didn't like their ex, so that was kind of cool. Moving on, guys, we have Uncut Gems. This movie came out last year, very end of the year, and I never got a chance to review it. And I'm afraid to review it, if that makes sense, because this movie was so good. I feel like I can't do it justice in a review. I had already shot my best of 2019 before I saw this movie. And after I saw this movie, I felt bad putting it up because I felt like I would have bumped something. I wouldn't have bumped Infinity War, but I probably would have bumped everything else back a notch because Uncut Gems is that good. If you haven't had the chance to check it out yet, check out Uncut Gems. The ending will blow your mind. I love this movie. Okay, guys, next up, this is one of my wife's movies. I'm going to talk about it for 2 seconds. It's called Hesher. I did a review on it. If you want to know my thoughts on that one, just go check that out. Next up, guys, we have Godzilla. Now, this is the 1998 or 1999 version of Godzilla. This was where they essentially decided to make Godzilla just a big dinosaur. And that's all he is. And I think he does blow fire eventually. But it's not the Godzilla you know and love. But it is the Godzilla that I love. I do. I love this movie. For monster movies, this is definitely in my favorites. Somewhere in there. Next up, guys, we have 300, Rise of an Empire. Not a good movie, but Eva Green is in it. So I had to buy it. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that movie. Next up, guys, we have Aliens. Fun fact, I cannot find Alien on Blu-ray at like a disc replay or any of those stores. And again, I don't like paying full price for movies, but Alien, the original, I can't find it on Blu-ray. I've got Aliens, and I love it. I've got the majority of the Alien movies, actually, but I don't have Alien, and I need it. But Aliens is a great movie. It took the genre from the horror film that the first one was and turned it into like an action horror film. I'm trying to explain that to my wife. It's in space, it has monsters in it, and it's got action, and she's like, I'm out. So, yeah, I tend to watch this one when I'm alone. Let's see what we have next. Okay, guys, X-Men Origins, Wolverine. Not a very good movie, but, I mean, if you like Wolverine, it's watchable, you know. And if you collect movies like I do, you kind of need it if you're high in the collection. So, yeah. Okay, this next one is a triple feature, actually. It's got 3 different movies in it. It's got The Possession, it's got The Cabin in the Woods, and it has Sinister. So, fun fact of why I bought this movie, my wife and I, right when we first got together, we were talking about horror movies. We both love horror movies a lot. And I was like, hey, have you ever seen Sinister? And she's like, no. And I was like, all right, let's go find it. And we looked everywhere. For weeks, we couldn't find this thing. We looked in different places. Finally, we were at Walmart one day, and she found it. And she's like, well, I found it. I think it's it, but it's in a 3-pack. And I was like, well, what are the other movies? Well, one of them's Cabin in the Woods, which is just awesome. It is just a fun play on the monster horror genre in general. The Possession is just awful. It says pray for her. Just pray for the people who made this movie. It's that bad. And then Sinister. So we picked it up. We watched it. I think she liked it. Sinister Part 2 came out, and that was a very bad movie. I will never buy that movie myself. So yeah. Next up, guys, we have Quantum of Solace. Now, this is the second Daniel Craig Bond movie. You know, I kind of touched on these already. It's got a lot of cool action in it, so it's you have to watch it if you're watching the franchise. You can't just jump into Part 3. You do need to know what's going on with him. Next up, guys, another Steelbook. We have Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Again, I love these cases. I really love the art on them. I can't talk about Star Wars too much because, again, I could talk for hours and it'd be nothing you haven't already heard from other people. But The Empire Strikes Back, Steelbook, pretty cool. Next up, guys, we have Annabelle Creation. I bought this on Blu-ray because it was the only copy they had at the time. I probably would have bought it on DVD otherwise because there's no real reason to have this on Blu-ray. But it's good. This is the best of the Conjuring universe after Conjuring. So if there's The Conjuring, then it's Annabelle Creation, for sure. Definitely worth it. If you like horror movies, that stuff is great. Next up, guys, we have one of my favorite Alien-type movies, and that is Alien Covenant. Man, I can't say anything negative about this movie. It was my favorite movie. I think it was my favorite movie of the year. The year it came out. John Wick 2 might have beaten it out, but I love this movie. Here's the thing. I'm just going to open this up real quick. And see how it's a Blu-ray DVD combo, but I only have the Blu-ray. I loaned the DVD to my brother Peter, and he has not given it back yet. That was like 2 years ago. I forgive, but I never forget. Alright guys, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. We're almost to the bottom of this stack. Thanks for sticking with me if you've stuck with me this far. I appreciate it. Next up we have Mortal Kombat. I'd yell Mortal Kombat, but it would wake my daughters up, and I really like when they nap. This is the original. This is the OG. This is the one. This is the one comic book movie that has been made in my lifetime that works. I love Mortal Kombat. It's a good time. Yeah. Are some of the graphics dated? Of course. But is it worth watching on Blu-ray? Definitely. Don't watch Annihilation. That's trash. Next up, guys, we have Terminator Salvation. I talk a lot of trash about the Terminator franchise, but it's got Christian Bale in it. Then they do the right thing. They take Arnold's face, they put it on someone much younger, and Christian Bale fights Arnold. What's not to love about that? Next up, guys, we have Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. This movie should not have been made. This is a bad movie. The only reason I own it, is because you can't have 4 of them, not the 5th. Like, you can't collect like that. So you got to do the right thing. And Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, it's a bad movie. Just going to set it over there. Next up, guys, we have Skyfall. The last James Bond movie we will talk about today, Skyfall. Okay. This is the best of the Bond movies. This is the best Bond movie made, and this is the best of the Daniel Craig Bond movies, for sure. I love this movie. It's not as much action as some of the other ones, and that's what makes it so good. You got great performances by everyone, and you know what? I like the song Skyfall by Adele. I do. Moving on, guys. Let's talk about Me, Myself, and Irene. This is actually a movie I haven't watched yet. Maybe I'll watch it with my wife tonight. Yeah. I haven't watched this yet. I picked it up because my wife was like, hey, if they have Me, Myself, and Irene, get it. And I was like, no problem. So I haven't actually watched it. I've seen parts of it. I haven't watched it all the way through. So maybe I'll watch that tonight. All right. Next up, guys, we have Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Like I said, the Mission Impossible movies, they just get better with time. I like this movie because it introduced Jeremy Renner, who wasn't in Part 6. I felt offended by that because I really liked him. Okay, moving on, guys, we have the movie Wanted. Wanted has Angelina Jolie, it's got James McAvoy, it's got Morgan Freeman in it. It's about, if you only have one bullet, all you need to do is watch this movie. You'll be able to kill like 9 people with it. I'm not advocating for killing people, just to be clear. But if you only have one bullet, watch this movie. It's silly, but it's fun. It's silly. Let's see. Next up, guys, we have the movie Fury. Now, Fury is a war movie starring Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, who else is in this? The dude that plays the Punisher. Can't think of his name right now. I've watched half of it, and I really liked what I saw, but I fell asleep. I haven't put it back in yet. So Fury, the only thing I can say is it's Brad Pitt. You know, just check it out. Next thing I've got, guys, is X-Men First Class. Now, X-Men First Class, took the X-Men franchise, which was definitely on the decline because X-Men Origins Wolverine was not good, and X3 was definitely not good, and it kind of changed things for X-Men. I mean, it gave us the ability to see movies like Logan. It really invigorated the X-Men, and I think they did a great job with it overall. So, yeah, if you haven't seen X-Men First Class, what are you doing? Check it out. It's worth it. Alright guys, next up is a double feature. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle and then escape from Guantanamo Bay. Stupid humor, lots of fun. That's it. That's the best way I could... That's all I can do to talk about that movie. And this is actually one that my wife actually bought. And she probably bought it on Blu-ray or got it as a gift on Blu-ray, but I know she didn't buy it on Blu-ray on purpose. I know that it just happened to be on Blu-ray. She doesn't care about those things. She's like, oh, a picture's a picture. It's not. One day we'll have everything in 4K, and I'll have wasted a lot of money. But oh well. Alright, next up, guys, I have Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Did they pack too much into this movie? Yes. Should this have been a two-part movie? Yes. But is that fight scene badass? All the way up to the Martha scene? Also yes. I love Batman vs. Superman. The unrated, or not unrated, the Ultimate Edition is definitely worth checking out. It's got more content in it. You get a little more scope of the story. And yeah, it's a 3-hour plus movie about Batman. What's not to love? Next up, guys, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. But this is the second movie in the Ant-Man franchise, and it's between Infinity War and Endgame. And I love the ending of this movie. That's all I'll say. I love how they ended. The post-credit scene is just, it's great. Next up, guys, Django Unchained. Yeah. It's Quentin Tarantino again. We've talked about him before in this video that we're making together here, and you know, it's Jamie Foxx, Christoph Waltz, Leo DiCaprio. It's great. It's just great. Next up, guys, Prometheus. Prometheus is it was a sequel. It was a prequel to the Alien movies, and when I first saw it, I hated it. I was like, that wasn't about Alien at all. And then I recently rewatched it when Covenant was about to come out, and I fell in love with it. And this is a movie I probably watch at least once a year. I love the scope of this movie. I love the space. I love space in general. So movies about space is just cool. And you know, it's a lot more in depth than the original time that I saw it. Every time I watch this, I feel like I pick up another piece of the beginning of the Alien universe. That's just kind of cool. Next up, guys, we have Logan. This movie's sad. But what's really cool about this one is it actually has the noir edition, and it's got the black and white version, so you can watch Logan in black and white, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Next up, guys, we have Predators. Predators is the true sequel to the original Predator movie. The movie with Danny Glover doesn't count. No one likes it. It's terrible. This is the true sequel to Predator. I love this movie. I watch this is another one. I keep saying there's some movies I watch once a year. It's just true. This is one I watch at least once a year. Also, it's the only Predator movie my wife will watch with me. She won't watch the original. But she'll watch this one because it has Topher Grace and she loves that 70s show. That's my life. Alright, next up, guys, I have X-Men. This is the original. This kicked everything off. You know, this greenlit the ability to do movies like Spider-Man. I know Blade did. But we're not talking about Blade right now. We're talking about X-Men. Yeah, there's some corny lines in this, like what happens to a toad when it gets struck by lightning. The same thing that happens to everything else. That's corny. It's great? No. But without this movie, we wouldn't have superhero movies like we know them today. And I really appreciate that. So yeah, X-Men. It's a great movie. Next up, guys. Well, there's quite a few superhero movies in a row here, but we're almost done, I promise. Next up, guys, we have Man of Steel. Man of Steel is, it's one of those movies where you can watch it and enjoy it in parts. You can kind of stop it a quarter of the way through and come back to it the next day. That's how I view the Man of Steel. Like, I don't sit down and watch it in one sitting because it gets a little long. But if you watch it in parts, it's actually a really good movie. Maybe watch half the movie one day, watch half the movie the next day. Check out what I'm talking about. I'm serious. Alright guys, as promised, we're almost done with this list, and the next one up is another DCEU movie, and that is The Suicide Squad. Is it good? No, it's not, and we're going to move on. Next up, guys, I do have Game Night. Now, Game Night I really like. I've seen it one time all the way through, and it's so much fun. It's one I've got to revisit soon because it's just a good time. You know, they're having a game night with their friends, and it gets a little crazy, and it turns out, is the whole thing a game, or is the whole thing not a game? Game Night. It's really fun. I like it a lot. Next up, guys, we have Vice. Now, Vice I watched one time in my life. My wife's grandma told me I should check it out because it was very good. So, of course, that just meant buy it to me. And so I bought it. And it says the best film of this year. I think this came out in 2016, so I don't know if I agree with that. But it is very good. It's all about Dick Cheney and what he pulled kind of while he was in the White House. And if it's accurate, my God, did my parents let the wrong people into office? That's right, I couldn't vote for them. Did they ever let the wrong person into office? That's on them, not on me. Next up, guys, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the first Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When I saw the previews for this, when I saw what the Turtles looked like, I was like, this is going to be trash. I went and saw it with my friend Dan, and this is worth it. This movie it's fun. It's nowhere near the original Turtles movies. It's nowhere near what the 90s did with the Turtles, but it's fun. I like it. Next up, guys, we have The Usual Suspects. The Usual Suspects is it's Kevin Spacey, which some people like and some people don't like now, but at the end of the day, let's separate that right now and just talk about The Usual Suspects for a second. One of the greatest twist endings ever, in my opinion. It might be in my top 10 movies. I've got to just come up with a final list of top 10. The problem is, going forward, it's going to change, because if I like something a lot, I won't know how much I like it until I've seen it a million times. That's how it works. This is one I've seen a million times, though, and I really do love The Usual Suspects. Next up, guys, it used to be on TV a lot. Usual Suspects did. So they would water it down with the language and the violence, but I saw it a lot because of that. Next up, guys, we have The Patriot with Mel Gibson. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something here that you're probably not going to agree with or like. This is better than that other movie he's in, and I can't think of the name of it now. But everybody quotes that one. Or he's Scottish. Anyway, The Patriot's way better. Also America. So that. Alright, next up, guys, we have The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I haven't actually watched this movie. I heard good things. Popped it in one day. It looks like a spy movie. It's got people in it that I like, but I actually haven't checked out The Man from U.N.C.L.E. all the way through yet, so that's one I have to watch. Next up, guys, this was my favorite movie in the year 2017, and it was John Wick Chapter 2. Me and my brother, we both talked about this, and I liked John Wick Chapter 2, Alien Covenant, and Logan in that order for my top 3. And he was like, I agree, except it's Logan, John Wick Chapter 2, and then Covenant. So I was like, okay. We saw all 3 together. Totally worth it. And yeah, that was, I think that was his last year up in Indiana. So we went and saw all 3 of these together, and I'm very glad we did because they were all awesome. Next up, guys, we have Mission Impossible Part 3. Mission Impossible 3 is, again, we've talked about these a lot. I'm not going to spend a lot more time on this, but it's got Philip Seymour Hoffman in it, and that guy's not around anymore. This is one where he really shined, and I liked it a lot. Next up, guys, the monster universe for Universal has tried to take off several times. The most recent time was The Invisible Man, and that actually got good critical acclaim. I went and saw it. It was the last movie I saw in theaters before they closed. So The Invisible Man was a fun movie. But before that, they tried to kick it off with The Mummy, and that didn't work at all. But before that, they tried to kick it off with Dracula Untold. Now, Dracula Untold is not a good movie. That's the best way I could put that. Dracula Untold's not a good movie, but it is a fun movie, one I watch every once in a while. It's essentially Dracula meets Game of Thrones. It's really what it is. I can't say anything more about that. That's what it is. But yeah, it didn't take off, unfortunately, and I liked how they ended it too. And they ended with the Saw music, the music that the Saw movies use. There we go. I can talk. It ended with that. Odd choice, since it's very known as the Saw music now. And finally, guys, the last movie. Save this one on purpose for last. This was the very first movie that I ever saw in the theater. I went with my brother Aaron. I was 9 years old, and I went and saw Lost in Space. Admittedly, this is not a very good movie, but the translation from DVD to, or VHS even originally, to Blu-ray is very good. They did a great job putting this on Blu-ray. It looks spectacular. I've got a lot of nostalgia for this. Again, because it's space, it's automatically in like that, okay, I like space movies. And maybe this is one of the reasons I like space movies so much, because the very first movie I ever saw on the gigantic theater screen was Lost in Space. But yeah, my brother Aaron took me to see this, and every once in a while I send him a text, and I'm like, hey man, I'm watching Lost in Space. Really appreciate you taking me in my first movie ever. And he's like, oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, but this movie means a lot to me because this movie gave me my love for the theater. This movie gave me my love for movies. It really did. Now, Collateral is another movie I don't have on Blu-ray. It's my favorite movie of all time, and it's another movie I can't review because I just can't do it justice. I know that. I need it on Blu-ray, though. Collateral is a movie that gave me my love for all movies, but really what kicked it off in the beginning for the theater and just movies in general had to be Lost in Space. And that's pretty cool, and that's how I'm going to end this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button for me. If you want to share this so you can, give it to your friends, that'd be nice by hitting the share button. The only other thing I'll say, guys, is that this is a crazy time. And, we're all stuck indoors for different portions of our lives right now. And if you are stuck at home, I'm sorry. I hope this video keeps you company. And we're going to get through this. And, yeah, why don't you tell me your favorite movies in the comment section down below. And we'll talk about that together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.